My clean date is April 4th, 2002. And I guess how I derived to that date because I was arrested on April 3rd, 2002. And anyway, yeah, it was a long, hard road to get to that point. Growing up, I remember not really being comfortable being me. You know what I mean? So that was, I guess, like the start of something much bigger in my teenage years and throughout. I'm the son of an alcoholic. There's addiction in my family that runs back, many generations. So I guess I was probably, I feel, predisposed to be an addict, born with the disease, is the way I feel about it. The first time I picked up, I was 12 years old, and I felt like I had found my niche, like I was real comfortable being high. It was my first feeling of escape from myself. The first drug I ever picked up was alcohol. Marijuana soon followed after that. Man, by the time I was 15 years old, I was pretty much a full-blown addict. I had been arrested. I got arrested when I was 15. I had long hair. It was back in the 80s. When you had long hair back in the 80s, you were pretty much labeled as a troublemaker. I kind of grew up in a small town outside of Richmond, Mechanicsville, and the police officers didn't really have a whole lot else to do but to mess with us long-haired kids, and rightfully so, because we were causing a lot of trouble. But we would never admit that. I remember feeling very rebellious against authority figures and things like that. That really didn't help much, that we were being, I felt harassed, but obviously that's their job. They arrest criminals, and I was a criminal. I just didn't see myself as such at that particular time. Getting my license at 16 years old and just drinking and driving all the time, causing a lot of trouble. Never got good grades in school, really, beyond the time I started picking up drugs. There wasn't a drug that I can really think of that I haven't experimented with and or abused, especially alcohol, marijuana, and cocaine at that point. LSD, man, I mean, just like on and on and on, and really the only people that I really hung with, that I was comfortable with, were the addicts. I consider them the addicts now, I mean, obviously it's their choice whether if they're an addict or not, if they make that determination for themselves, but a few of them did die along the way. Getting out of high school, I had begun to abuse a lot of crack cocaine. Couldn't really, I could keep a job, fairly well. I'm in the construction business, but you can tell by my attire. I dressed up for this occasion. But anyway, I had a warehouse job for a little while, and I didn't really fit in there too well because I brought a bong to work, and I stored it up in my little place where I was working and stuff, and I got found out, and it didn't turn out too well for me. I didn't keep that job long, and then I went into the roofing business where I fit right in, and that was quite an experience. We used to keep beer in the water cooler so the boss wouldn't know, and we smoked marijuana every day. Sometimes we were smoking cocaine on the job, all that stuff, and then so on and so on, painting business, carpentry, I fit right into a lot of that. I chose to keep a job where most people that work there were drug addicts too. It's unfortunate that I'm saying this because there's a stigma attached to a lot of construction workers, but unfortunately, a lot of it's true.